Hello, Internet. Are you really freaking furiously tired of websites and very large corporations getting in the way of you getting anything done? Remember when the Internet was touted as something to do for research and where you could safely store all your images and videos and not have them memory hold and yeah. So these days, the method for blocking you having access is having AI, oops, accidentally, I did it again, screw up things like time and date stamps or finding things. Oops, I didn't find that. But yeah, because it's an AI bot instead of something simple like sort by upload date. So, because the ghost in the machine still has to be there because someone at Google, YouTube, and even Facebook would actually have to get some shit done, in the background there are ways around the restrictions. Now, they're very convoluted, and honestly, this is where you would literally lock up every CEO and say, you're going to play nice with humanity instead of annoying a billion people every fucking day, or we're not letting you out of the dungeon. And I'm not kidding. All of them would have to admit they did this on purpose. Every one of them would have to admit that they did it to aggravate us, to create, anger and frustration so they could get anger clicks. I swear there's somebody out there has the answer that shows that this is it, because I can't see any other way of doing it. So in case you haven't noticed on the screen, I looked up the word Rust, not the game, the word, after 2013 January 1st and before 2013 February 23rd. And guess what? It actually did it. Right? Well, kinda. I mean, it's not really doing it correctly, but it's giving me mostly correct answers. Maybe I got them in the wrong order. Maybe it needs to be, let's go here, 2, 3, and we'll just go ahead and decide it has to be 0, 2. Is that the way it's supposed to be? Now, why am I playing this up so much? If you're not aware of why I'm playing this up, there is a single time and date stamp that's considered universal. It involves not having ambiguity as to whether the year, month, or day are put in a certain order. And Google, in case you haven't noticed it, and YouTube, are required to follow these formats because of a little thing called the Y2K bug. They were required to put literally everything internally and in, quote, a way that is exposed to the public. Everything had to be sorted without deliberately screwing up something as basic as the fucking year. But I guess it didn't say anything about the month or the day. So anyway, looking up stuff on YouTube, trying to find answers, and what I do is I type in the subject matter and a time and date range, and this still kind of works. There's a variation of this that also works on Google, not just YouTube. And it either will or will not obey the rules. Now, this is something I'm just going to say very basically. Bullying computers, bullying operating systems, and in this case, I guess it has to be this, over a billion of us bullying a large corporation into submission is a requirement. So how did I do this? Well, first of all, I just showed you that this page, it's still fighting. It's still kicking. I'm using a utility that gives me the actual time and date stamp instead of saying 13 years ago. Now, if you haven't noticed this, obviously there's, again, if you hear technicians say this, that's a big, gigantic red flag. There is no technical reason for this. Putting in a relative time and date stamp like 13 years ago, which takes up more space and is not better than putting in 2013-0128, going out of your way to make sure that you do something that is counterproductive for everyone concerned means that there's some overwhelming need in there. A little while ago, I was trying to look up a Drumeo video, and it decided to tell me that the video that was uploaded a couple of months ago was from 2011. Because the AI bot decided to change it to when they started their channel, instead of simply leaving the upload time and date stamp as the real number. So I'm using this. You might have noticed the time and date stamp is now in red. This is the second way of testing it. There's something called an API, Application Program Interface. That's usually what it means. Anyway, I'm sure that YouTube and Google don't change the standard. And there's a way to force the website to cough up the time and date stamps for every one of these and display them. And it doesn't want to do it. The reason it doesn't want to do it is simple. Having things be timeless means that they can repost the video, and through trickery like saying, oh, this is a collaboration between such and such and such and such, it's a posting or whatever, they can re-age a video and make it newer if it's trending and make it look like it's a recent upload, even though it's a video from years ago. I looked up I Follow Rivers, a song, and I was curious if it would accurately show me that they were several years apart. And it didn't, because it said both of them were done in the year 2001. Then I refreshed both pages and it stopped lying. It's not getting the time and date stamp. It's not really having to calculate it. It's part of what the web page shows by default. And doing this crap of changing it to 13 years ago does nobody any good and is horse shit. So let's look at this page. Here's playrust.com and looking for with a similar time range. In fact, shouldn't it be identical? I think it should be. Does it show something after February 23rd of 2013? Does it try to fight back? Is it fighting back? Well, 13 years ago is very vague, but having the actual time and date stamps for the videos means I can find out whether or not I'm being lied to. Because one of the videos showed up a little while ago that was from like years earlier, and it wasn't about Rust Legacy or Rust.com, playrust.com. It was about the level called Rust within like Call of Duty or something. There's a map level. Let's try in there. Rust Alpha. Again, I'm basically doing this for two reasons. One, I'm actually looking for the oldest videos on the subject. This one here, the Rust Parkour, I just did a video about that one. And if I'd seen that time and date stamp, I wouldn't have had to click anything. And that's the thing. I'm trying to look for the oldest videos that are on topic or within a certain time range, like a lot of you are. And Google and YouTube have decided that us being able to filter out things we don't want to look at is not in their favor. Here's Rust Beta instead of Alpha. Just like typing in playrust.com as a search, I can find out whether or not I'm able to, I might find one that was missed or was misfiled. And in case you didn't notice it, every once in a while, it will just decide that it's going to, refuse to show you correct information. It goes out of its way to insert things that aren't correct. And again, I was looking up a music video, and it said it was from a completely different damn decade, it looks like. So, now that we got that out of the way and it's a rant, let's look at the solution. You might notice that it actually shows the time and date stamp. And the utility here says pop-up. Dear writer of this program, stop using the word pop-up unless you're a virus. Okay, just don't do that. Now let's look here. It's called VidStamp. VidStamp. YouTube upload date. It's got an up arrow for upload. It's got a little alarm clock symbol, and it's pointing at basically the arrow indicating 12 midnight. And I'm going to leave a link to it. And it works. Other ones that do exactly the same thing, that only work on the latest version of Firefox, this one will work on Firefox 58, all the other versions want to charge you $1 a month or something. They want you to, oh no, it's another subscription. That's just what we need. Oh, goodness gracious, please give me more subscriptions. So yeah, aside from my mocking behavior, I spent the longest period of time trying to track down a couple of YouTube videos from years ago, simply because, number one, Google and YouTube hate us. Just all of us, number one. Number two, they really hate it when you get what you're looking for. That video right there is what I was effectively trying to find. And it confirmed that there was a narrow time range up to, by the way, just a few months later, just actually almost exactly a month later, there's a time range, a very skinny time range, where you can see this kind of a video with this kind of environment called Rust, and it will have an environment that's completely unrelated to what you know of the game, even by Rust Legacy standard. And look what happened. Since it had to actually give me the time and date stamps, I guess it decided to stop lying to me about other videos. I wonder how much other shit I'll be able to find. But anyway, if you're tired of large corporations getting away with this stuff, you're going to have to learn to just alter the way your computer works and the way your life works and maybe the way your car works or, hell, your refrigerator. because you're not going to be given a choice. You're going to have to fight back. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get anything done. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. VidStamp, export by name from Muzammil. And it insists on opening up his homepage when you install it. That's the only annoyance. And Muzammil, again, Boopy, don't label the first thing we see when we hover over your add-on the word pop-up. Please just don't do that again. And please upload a newer version of it, even though this is of this year. It's the current year. Put up a new version of it and, get a little Patreon box in there or something so that we can keep encouraging you to write us cool stuff. And yes, make sure it works with older versions. Anyway, that's it. Bye.